Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Teaching Learning with Purnima once again. And today we will learn about the chapter Long Walk to Freedom written by Nelson Mandela. Before we begin, let me tell you that the chapter Long Walk to Freedom is taken from autobiography of Nelson Mandela with the same name. Name of his autobiography is also Long Walk to Freedom. In his book, he describes his upbringing as a child, how he was brought up, his early life in South Africa, his education, and his political life. It also shares his journey as a freedom fighter, what all he did as a freedom fighter till the time he became the president of South Africa. It describes his struggle against apartheid and his role as the president of South Africa. It also shares his maiden speech, that is his first speech after becoming the president. In the beginning of the chapter, there is the description of inaugural ceremony, the first ceremony when the government was being formed. Nelson Mandela was taking oath as the president, and it looked like a rainbow because all the people of all the races, all the communities, all the castes, all the religion and all the colors of skin were the part of this ceremony. They were present there, and all these people together took part in forming this government. That is why the variety of the people is referred to as rainbow. The ceremony took place on 10th May 1994, an autumn day in Union Buildings Amphitheatre in Pretoria. This 10th May is very significant as it was an autumn day in South Africa. That time it was autumn season in South Africa. And what is the significance of autumn season? During this season, trees shed their old yellow leaves, and in their place, green, fresh, beautiful leaves come, new leaves come. So it is the significance of arrival of new order, which is fresh, discarding the old order. It means old dominating British government has gone and new fairly elected democratic government has come. The world leaders from 140 nations embraced this victory for justice, peace and human dignity. This government was the victory for peace, justice and human dignity. And political leaders, dignitaries from 140 nations became the part of this celebration. They rejoiced, they celebrated. In his speech, Mandela talks about political emancipation, that is political freedom. Political freedom means people are free to choose their government. That has been achieved, and he takes pledge, he takes oath, वो कसम लेते हैं to liberate his people from poverty, deprivation, suffering and discrimination. वो ये oath लेते हैं कि now on his people will not suffer from discrimination. लोगों में भेदभाव नहीं होगा. They will not suffer from poverty and they will not suffer at the hand of other people. They will not be dominated, they will not be discriminated. South African jets formed a pattern over the building, leaving smoke trails of black, red, green, blue and gold color of nation's flag, displaying precision and their loyalty to the government. When ceremony was taking place, Nelson Mandela was giving his speech. South African jets flew over the building, Union Buildings, and they made a pattern, एक design उन्होंने बनाया, releasing the smoke of black, red, green and blue and gold color, which is there in South Africa's flag. And they displayed, they showed their precision, their skill, as well as they displayed their loyalty to the government, their respect towards South African flag. Armies and police, all the officers of armies saluted him instead of arresting him. If it had been British government, they would have arrested Nelson Mandela for being there. But now they are saluting him because they are saluting the government. Two national anthems were sung, the white singing African anthem and the black singing English anthem, though both did not know the lyrics. Now this is the sign of Nelson Mandela's character, beautiful personality. He wanted to teach his people not to hate anyone. The Britishers have left, but he is teaching his people to respect their national anthem. That is why the white people are singing old African anthem. जो ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के पहले अफ्रीका का जो एंथम था, white people are singing that anthem and black people are singing the anthem which was decided by British government. That was English anthem. And both are singing each other's anthem to respect each other's nationality, sentiments and emotions. Though both did not know the lyrics, दोनों को words नहीं मालूम, उनके meaning नहीं मालूम. And later on, both these anthems were incorporated and a new hybrid mixed anthem was made, which is accepted as the national anthem of Africa, South Africa, even now. He recalls that in the first decade of the 20th century, first 10 years of 20th century, 1900 to 1910, white supremacy erected, white government, British government made the system of racial domination apartheid. In this system, one race was being dominated. It was one of the most inhumane societies because inhuman treatment was done to the black people, who were treated unfairly and brutally. Sometimes they were also beaten to death. They were not given any rights. And now it is replaced by a system. In its place, a new fair system has come, democratic government has come that recognizes the rights and freedom of all the people. It gives freedom and rights to all the people, whatever race they are, whatever color of skin they have, and whatever religion they profess. He expressed his deep gratitude, saying that he is the sum of all the freedom fighters and martyrs who couldn't make it to see this historic day. He expresses his gratitude to the freedom fighters and martyrs who have sacrificed their life in the struggle, who are not alive now to enjoy the happiness, to feel the happiness of this day, their victory. That is why he thinks that he is sum total of all those people. He feels himself as the representative of all the people because he has been the part of their struggle. He had experienced what they have suffered, and that is why he can also experience the same joy what they would have felt if they had been alive. अगर आज वो जिंदा होते तो कितने खुश होते, ये नेल्सन मंडेला महसूस कर सकते हैं. That is why he thinks himself as the sum total of all the people. He feels that he is standing as a part of those people. He proudly remembers Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, Yusuf Dadu, Bram Fisher and other freedom fighters, highlighting, stressing, saying that it requires such depths of oppression. Oppression means domination, torture, atyachar, to create such heights of character. If there are depths of oppression, अगर बहुत ज़्यादा torture होता है, we have heights of character. The character of the person is heightened. It becomes great. जितना अत्याचार, जितनी मुश्किल इंसान सामना करता है, उसका कैरेक्टर उतना ही ऊंचा बनता है, क्योंकि आग में तपने के बाद सोना बनता है. Mandela defines courage as not being the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Being courageous does not mean to be fearless, but to overcome fear. He says that courage does not mean not having fear, but one should win his fear. Courage is the victory over your fear. Courageous person is not the one who does not have fear. Fear is a natural sentiment. One has to have fear. But courageous person can win his fear. साहसी व्यक्ति वो है जो अपने डर को जीत लेता है. He believes that if people can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, because love comes more naturally to humans. British people have taught his people to hate one particular community, and he thinks that he can teach his people to love everyone, because love is a natural sentiment. People are born with love. This society teaches us to hate. So we can definitely teach the people to love each other, one another. Once he saw a glimmer of humanity in a guard and affirms his belief that flame of man's goodness can be hidden but never extinguished. Once during imprisonment, a guard did an act of kindness to him. और इसने उनके विश्वास को पक्का किया कि फ्लेम ऑफ मैन्स गुडनेस इज नेवर एक्सटिंग्विश्ड. इंसान के अंदर मानवता की जो ज्वाला है वो कभी बुझती नहीं है, बिकॉज गुडनेस इज इंटैक्ट विद अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. वी आर born with goodness. Our conscience tells us to do good always. The concept of freedom changed in various stages of his life. For him, the meaning of freedom changed in every stage of his life. He as a child wished to have freedom to play, to roam wherever he desires. जब वो बच्चे थे तो हर जगह खेलना, दौड़ना, भागना पसंद करते थे, and that was the meaning of freedom for him. As a youth, he wished to study and work according to his potential and passion and have freedom of marrying and living a lawful life. When he grew young, he wanted to study according to his potential and work according to his passion, as well as to marry the girl he wants and to have a family and live in a lawful life. That was meaning of freedom for him when he grew young. Later he realized that the idea of freedom was an illusion for him and the people of his race. When he grew adult, he understood that freedom is an illusion, a lie, for him and people of his race, the people of dark skin. And then he decided to fight for freedom, to live a life of dignity, एक सम्मान भरी जिंदगी जीने का अधिकार. Now this was the new meaning for him when he grew adult. He also mentioned twin obligations that every man has to fulfill towards his family and friends and towards his society and nation. According to him, there are twofold duties for everyone to perform, to fulfill. First duty is towards our family, children, parents, wife, husband, relatives, and friends. And second duty is towards the society and nation, अपने देश और समाज के लोगों के लिए. But he realized that he is not free to fulfill his second obligation. अपने लोगों के लिए कुछ भी करने की उनको आज़ादी नहीं है. Then he joined the African National Congress to fight for freedom to enjoy equal rights and live a life of dignity. अब उनका जिंदगी का मकसद जो है समान अधिकार अपने लोगों के लिए और एक सम्मान भरी जिंदगी को हासिल करना बन गया था. According to him, the oppressor must be liberated just as the oppressed, because the oppressor is a prisoner of his hatred and prejudice. To understand this, children must pay attention to the meaning of oppressor and oppressed. Oppressor is the one who dominates, who crushes somebody's sentiments, who suppresses somebody's voice, जो दूसरों की आवाज को दबाता है, जो दूसरों की भावनाओं को कुचलता है, अत्याचार करता है, वो oppressor है. The oppressed is the one who faces this torture and domination. जो इस अत्याचार को सहन करता है वो oppressed है. Oppressed is not free because his rights are not there. The oppressor is also not free because he is the prisoner of his hatred and prejudice. He is not free to do what he thinks right. He is only doing what his hatred and prejudice tell him. वो वही कर रहा है जो उसकी नफरत उससे करवा रही है. Both are robbed of their humanity alike. Both are away from their humanity because they are not living the life of a true human being. They cannot enjoy human sentiments. They don't have human values. This lesson gives us an insight about how Mandela's high principles and noble thoughts helped him develop a society in which there is no discrimination. मंडेला के खूबसूरत विचार और ऊंचे आदर्श उनको एक ऐसी सोसाइटी बनाने में हेल्प करते हैं जहां पे किसी में भेदभाव नहीं है एंड ऑल कैन एंजॉय देयर राइट्स एंड लिव अ लाइफ ऑफ डिग्निटी, जो एक सम्मान भरी जिंदगी जीने के लिए लोगों को आज़ादी देता है. His life story is an inspiration to all the strugglers, the ones who are struggling for some cause, and young aspirants, young people who have some dream to chase. His story motivates them not to give up ever. Mandela suffered for almost 30 years. He was imprisoned for almost 30 years. But he did not give up. At the end, he became victorious. Let me quickly give you some question answers, which you can pause the video and note down. If you have any doubt, you can write to me in the comment box. I hope the video is clear to you. If you have any doubt, that also you can write in comment. Thank you. Keep learning with me. Keep watching my channel. If you like my videos, subscribe my channel. Bye for now.